repeatedly fails to restore constitutional order in the country. Ajek Mangut, Abuja.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks, looking again today at the fallout from the apparent death of Wagner Group founder Yevgeny Prigozhin and his top deputy, both of them among the dead on board a private plane that the US Defense Department says was targeted by a bomb on board. It was flying from Moscow to St. Petersburg at the time of the crash. What does all this mean for the future of the brutal mercenaries that Prigozhin deployed in a wide variety of different theatres, including conflicts in Africa and, of course, Ukraine? With the US government's view, Brigadier General Patrick Ryder, the Pentagon spokesman.
Look, I'd refer you to the Wagner Group if you're able to get in touch with them for any questions on what their current business model and path forward is. We've seen the Russian government shortly after the events near Moscow 2 months ago say to some of these members, sign a contract with the Ministry of Defense. But as it relates to the future of this mercenary company, I really don't have anything to provide.
The aircraft carrying Prigozhin was sanctioned by the US in 2019. A flight attendant on board tweeted that the plane's departure had been delayed by unspecified repairs, stoking speculation that it was blown out of the skies on Vladimir Putin's orders. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, the European Union's landmark tech regulation has kicked in for tech giants operating in the bloc. Japan is calling on China to better understand the science behind its controversial nuclear wastewater discharge. And Nigeria's president and chairman of ECOWAS says he wants a peaceful resolution in Niger, but is still open to military options. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
Good morning. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It's Friday today, Scott. How you doing?
Oh, I'm not doing very well. I didn't have my mic up. Thank you. Doing good. Totally ready for the weekend, and I made this, Chuck.
Oh, what you
Yeah. Hey, wait. So Friday?
Friday.
That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Joker, please, it's Friday.
And then you can get married. Take the whole weekend off. You don't have to be back to the office until Monday.
Would it kill him to wear a tie? I mean, is every day in Iran Casual Friday?
Yes, it is. All right, there you go. You ready for Friday now, Chuck?
I am. I'm doing good. I'm trying to slim down a little bit. You know,
You are?
I shaved 3 points off my credit score last night alone. Yep.
Oh, I thought you were trying to lose weight or something.
Oh, just, slim down in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Slim everything down.
Yep.
All right. Well, give your money to me, and that'll slim your wallet down, and it won't hurt your backside.
That's right.
Yeah.
The stool in here is uncomfortable,
Let's start off that weather forecast. 83 degrees this morning, mix of clouds and sun, followed by cloudy skies this afternoon. A stray shower even possible at 15% for your Friday. 54 tonight under clear skies. That makes way for a sunny weekend. 89 Saturday, 94 Sunday. And as you head back to work Monday right now, 98. And then get this, Monday, 20-degree drop with scattered showers at 60%. That's not a bad forecast at all.
No. I mean, I could skip Monday there, but Tuesday looks really good.
Right. It's probably giving you a little break of having to check on the tower every couple hours too to make sure things aren't overheating, huh?
Yeah, right. The last few days have been pretty nice for that, though.
All right.
Been a nice stable temperature up there.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of the disappointing things I was looking through this morning was the fact that there are no good movies at the movie theaters coming out.
Nothing. Wow.
Nothing. Everything I looked at, I was just like, wow, really? Wow. And then the big story that kind of bummed me out. Remember right before COVID, right at the beginning of COVID, when they released a new Dune movie, Part 1?
Yeah.
Now, because of the writer's strike, they've had it ready to roll out some 3 years later.
Right.
And they've postponed it again to the actors and writers strike, which makes me say, boo! Yeah, no good movies out there. So you have to rent something old and rewatch something.
Right. Boo to the studios that don't want to pay their fair share to the people producing stuff.
Well, it's more of now, since there's an actors and writers strike, that they do what would you call it, red carpet events for new movies and stuff, and the actors can't go out and promote it because of the strike. So even movies that are done and were ready to be released are going to be held back. And they told us that going into COVID, that there was a ton of new movies that were being held back because of COVID. Where did they go? Because they never got released in 2023. At least not a ton of good new movies. Mm-hmm. So
I'm hoping there'll be like maybe that's when they'll release some of those COVID movies. Is now there's a writer's strike.
Those actors are all going to have to start doing their own GoFundMes.
I know, right?
There's nothing to watch.
Poor Brad Pitt.
And then on the news, our last story about Prigozhin, the I don't know what you want to call him, the warlord, from his plane blowing up under mysterious circumstances. Of course, they were just talking about that. One thing they didn't mention is all the people that have recently died that opposed Putin. There's a long list of them. A strange habit of falling out windows, being poisoned, things like that. A gentleman named Meganov, who had criticized the invasion of Ukraine, falling out a window. That was in September of 2022. Mikhail Lezin, in 2015, former press minister for the Kremlin, found dead to blunt force trauma to the head in a Washington, D.C. hotel room. Boris Nemtsov, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher these names. He was shot to death near the Kremlin in 2015. You can take this, keep going back in years too. Natalia Esteramanova, a human rights activist investigating Russia's brutal prosecution of its war in the breakaway Republic of Chechnya, shot in the woods outside of her home. And in 2021, Europe's top human rights court ruled that Russian authorities did not conduct an effective investigation into the murder.
Weird.
Alexander Litvinenko, intelligence officer who died in 2006 drinking tea poisoned with plutonium-210. Let's see.
We'll never know what happened there.
And it doesn't matter, women or men. Anna Poltskava, if I said her name right, Russian journalist, accused Putin of creating a police state in 2006. She was 5 men who were convicted of her murder. The judge found it was a contract killing for $150,000 paid by an unknown person. Viktor Yushchenko, we've heard about him, poisoned with dioxin. Sergei Yushnikov, shot to death outside his Moscow home. So how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the newest one, I can't even say his name, Prigozhin, would be number 11. That's crazy.
God, well, these things happen, Scott.
Accidents happen.
Happen. Yep.
Wow. All right. How about some funner stuff this morning? Let's move on to bits and breaks.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck, would you like to start off with the morning joke, or would you sooner make music beachy?
Well, I kind of like both of them, Scott. But I'll do the joke.
Okay. All right.
So
here you go. Chuck Ritchie, this morning's quick joke.
This isn't so quick, but I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
2 men left the bar one night after having too much to drink. Their friends at the bar told them to take the railroad tracks, pointed them in the right direction, and told them to follow them as far as they would go, and it would take them home. The men started down the tracks. One man said, this is the longest set of stairs I've ever walked. The other drunk man said, it's not the stairs that bother me so much. It's these little handrails that are causing me trouble.
All right, Chuck, for you.
Victory! 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 Victory!
There you go. All right.
Do we need to sing these next ones?
No, because some of them are just band names.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right.
That's true.
All right, little fun for the end of summer. Can you already believe we're so late into August?
I know. It's crazy.
And we've had not the best summer weather here in Maine. Every fall people flock to Maine for the colors in the trees and the leaves as they change color. Already starting like a month early.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've noticed here there's some leaves turning a little bit, but I think they're just killed from the heat.
Starvation.
Yeah.
Well, if you noticed up at the tower site when we had, 2 years ago, when we had the summers where we got over 115, close to 120 in Chihuahua, all the large trees at the top of the mountain where our tower sits died. I mean, needles and all, just solid brown. Everything's still there. The trees that got shaded by those trees, still alive. But the biggest ones died. Really sad. Really sad. All right. Make music, Beachy. Well, I think we play most of these songs. All right. And most of the bands. How about the Seafood Fighters? Which is much better than Foo Fighters. You can do the hustle with KC and the Sunscreen Band. You can walk like a crustacean. And then just remember, gulls just want to have fun.
They do.
All right.
Especially if you have chicken nuggets at the beach.
Something in the waves, she moves. That sounds wrong. I fought the Jaws, and the Jaws won. And the last one this morning, We Whale Rock You. All right, there you go.
Yes, we wail.
All right. We definitely made music beachy. Laws of household physics. These are things you just should expect in your home, according to Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah. So if you've ever noticed the laws of household physics are every bit as real as every other law in the universe, and these are a few examples. So a child's eagerness to assist in any project varies in inverse to the proportion to the ability to actually do the work involved. Yeah.
I was working with a hammer one day, and I remember my daughter Lindsay. She really wanted to help, and I was letting her do a couple things, and I'd sat that hammer beside me, and I think she was about 3. She decided to pick up that hammer and test it on the top of my head.
Oh, of course. I remember once my parents got a new cabinet that came in the mail they had to put together. I wanted to help. I think I was 5 or 6 years old, and they refused to let me help for some reason. My solution, lock myself in an ice chest out in the driveway in 100 degrees. Yeah. Yeah.
How long did it take them to find you?
Luckily, one of the neighbor kids came around to play and heard me screaming in the cooler and let me out. Yeah.
And why couldn't you get out of the cooler?
They threw that cooler away immediately, but there were some of the older style, like 70s metal coolers that when you close the door, it automatically latches.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was locked in. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, you almost died in a fridge. That's scary.
I know, right?
Wow.
Who can say that?
Wow.
Yeah. Leftovers always expand to fill all available containers plus 1. That just means you eat more of it before you put it away.
We had a ton of containers, like saving them from like sandwich meats and stuff like that. And so we threw a bunch out, and it was a couple days later, I go to the cupboard to get a container to put some leftovers in, and we were out. And I was like,
I had these containers. They were all organized so beautifully. I bought this little pull-out metal wire rack thing that they all fit perfectly in. That was 2 years ago, and now all those containers are gone. Organization system is shot, Scott.
Might have had another one in the dishwasher, but I don't know how to use it, so I stay away.
The dishwasher or the container?
Both.
Newly washed window gathers dirt at double the speed of an unwashed window.
And fingerprints.
Yep. My solution, just don't wash them. Yeah. Then they stay half dirty.
Yeah.
The availability of a pen is inversely proportional to how badly it is needed.
Especially if you're on the phone.
Never one nearby. The same clutter that will fill a 1-car garage will also fill a 2-car garage. Yep. It just spreads out more evenly so you can see it better. That's
yes.
all. Yeah.
You can find stuff now.
See if you can finish this equation, Scott. 3 children plus 2 cookies equals...
A fight.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Cookie for you. The potential for disaster in direct proportion to the number of TV remote controls is divided by the number of viewers.
Oh, that's kind of confusing.
Yeah. I just let my wife use it. It's so much easier. She picks better shows than I would anyway. Yeah. I pick really dumb stuff that nobody likes watching, including me.
I have a very confusing TV system because I'm just kind of old school and like to do things myself.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did instead of getting a Roku was put like every channel possible you could get for free, then plus the paid channels I have, and I access them all via a computer in the living room. So I don't actually. I have a remote control if I need to switch maybe what the TV is tuned into, maybe like rare occasion where you still watch a DVD or something like that. But I run everything with a mouse, and that's what Marion does because I think it's too confusing. She just hands me the mouse and tells me to pick something.
That's what I do with my wife. Throw her the remote, pick something, entertain me.
Yes.
Yep. The number of doors left open varies inversely with the outdoor temperature.
Bad at that.
Yep. The capacity of any hot water is equal to 1.5 sibling showers.
I'm a fan of the instant on hot water.
Yeah, that'd be nice. They're expensive though. I would like to get one. The only closet in our house. You know what's in it?
What's that?
Our water heater. Our big giant water heater. I want to get one of those smaller ones that can go in the laundry room.
So you have no storage, is what you're saying?
None, zero.
All
you
right.
should see our house, Scott. And the last one here: place 2 children in a room full of toys, and they will both want to play with the exact same toy.
Especially if it's a box.
I was going to say, especially throw a cardboard box in there, and that just changes the whole equation.
Yeah. All right. I like this next one, and in fact, going on a little mini trip in a couple days. Be taking Tuesday off, just so you know, Chuck.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about this for Marion. It says, if men packed for their wives. So, it'd be fun, ladies, going away Labor Day weekend, let your guy pack your suitcase. Not a snowball's chance? Huh? Really? Daily Mail asked 3 husbands to pack their wives' suitcases for a week away. Here's what the guys packed for a week away at the beach.
Okay.
All right. Pair of skinny jeans, one size too small. A winter fleece, but perhaps for a chilly ocean night.
But it's a nice one.
Yeah.
You like this?
I like this guy, a ball gown. Where are we going to dinner?
Just in
a
case.
wool scarf.
Yep.
A maternity dress, but she wasn't pregnant. Perhaps she's gonna be.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. T-shirt she wears for gardening. A book she just finished reading. A hat that belonged to the scarecrow. Things that the guys forgot in those suitcases: sandals, bathing suit, sunscreen, underwear.
You've got the pair you're wearing.
And then, of course, makeup and pajamas. Almost as much fun as letting the kids pack for you.
Yeah. My wife will often ask me, she'll tell me, oh, go pick out some stuff for me to wear. And I never get it right.
Wow.
Ever. And then
Wow.
I get in trouble because I don't know what she wears. But I barely know what I wear.
That's I've been married 3 times and I've never heard that. Go pick out something for me.
Yeah. I don't. It's happened for 20 years and it's never worked. So I don't know why it keeps happening.
If you say that to me, I'm coming back with a bathing suit.
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Or I'll go to put in a load of laundry and she's like, oh, put some of my stuff in too.
All the red stuff?
Yeah, I'll wash the most random things. And she's like, I thought I told you to do some of my laundry. I'm like, I did. It's a sweater and a scarf. But you like the sweater.
Wow. Yeah. Just don't do it. Don't even ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I heard you had some Chinese food last night, Chuck.
I did. Yeah, so and I had this fortune in it in my cookie. It said, remember, even at your best, someone somewhere is still tired of you. So take a break. They'll probably appreciate it.
I wrote that for you, Chuck.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's good advice.
What? Take a break. Take a break from your friends. They're tired of you. That's horrible.
I'll just sleep here on the couch at the studio for a while.
Yeah. That's so sad. All right, let's see. Annual mindset list has been circulating for years as a way of reminding professors of what incoming freshman students are aware of. So you got to remember how old they are, because they don't, see things like as you would as somebody in their 40s or 50s or 60s. Right. They've always been able to refer to Wikipedia when they have a question about something. Investigative specials examining O.J. Simpson case have been on TV annually since their birth.
Yep.
That's kind of scary.
Someday we'll figure that one out.
They've grown. Nope. They've grown up with stories about where their parents were on 9/11.
Wow.
They've never heard of Enron. You'll like this one, Chuck. The Prius has always been a car.
Oh, wow. Isn't that old?
That's it for incoming freshmen, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
They've never used a spit bowl in a dentist office. That's disgusting.
What?
There's always been a Survivor TV show.
Unfortunately.
Yes. A visit to a bank is a rare event. We had a bank getting their pavement repaved here in town yesterday, so that it was kind of like the parking lot was blocked off, but nobody seemed to care. It's always empty anyways.
I'm not crazy about going into banks, but whatever it is what it is. But my wife will not go into a bank ever.
Why is that?
I don't know. She has like a phobia of banks or something. She just will not go in.
Oh, maybe she's got a fear of money.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's times we've had to sign paperwork and it'll expire before she will actually go in and do it, and I have to like physically drag her into the bank to sign it.
That's different.
It is.
All right. Incoming college freshmen this year have always used thumbprints for login security. Oprah has always been a magazine. Incoming freshmen would say Donnie and Marie who? Since their birth, films have always been distributed on the internet, where it still seems new to old folks like me.
Wow.
And for incoming college freshmen, the Mir Space Station has always been at the bottom of the South Pacific. Wow.
Ouch.
All right. Chuck Ritchie is going to play Doctor.
That's right. Doctor?
You're going to play Doctor?
Doctor.
All right, so I have this for you. Dr. Ritchie is going to explain to us how long it takes things to happen inside our body.
I'm a doctor, not an engineer. I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. I'm a doctor, not an escalator. I'm a doctor, not a coal miner.
My favorite was I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Huh? Okay.
You ready, Doctor? Yep.
I'm ready, Doctor.
Okay. So the Daily Mail asked some experts these questions on how long it takes our bodies to get these jobs done, and this is what they said. Digestion, 24 hours. You ate that sausage for breakfast, from your mouth to your stomach, takes about 3 seconds. Then it winds its way through your body, leaving nutrients and salt behind, and leaves your body in 24 hours.
Seems a little too long to have the sausage.
I know, right? A little faster if you've had corn. Wound healing, 2 years. Wow. A deep wound like the kind received through a surgery takes a full 2 years to heal. Wow. The healing though begins immediately with the blood vessels leading to the wound tightening to close off blood flow. Platelets are dispatched to help the clot and plug the opening. Vitamin C will also help the healing process along. 2 years. We always learned growing up it was like 90 days. I always thought, but 2 years. Wow.
That's a long time.
Oh, wow. Here's one. Weight gain. This is surprising. 3 hours it takes you to gain the weight. 3 hours, Scott. So 3 hours for fat to reach the waistline after a meal. A large meal will leave 2 to 3 teaspoons of fat around your waist. That doesn't
You got to hurry up and try and burn that off?
Yeah, that doesn't seem... That explains some things, though.
I wonder if the new fat's looser so you can work it off quickly.
like it's just kind of sitting there and it just falls off really nice. Wow. Wow. That explains so much. If you've lost a pint of blood, that'll take you 6 weeks to replace that blood.
Wow.
So I guess if you've donated blood, don't go back the next day.
My body feels a lot busier than that.
Right? Ooh, conception. That takes 30 minutes. The egg releases a hormone which attracts the sperm, and which finds its way to the cervix and fertilizes the egg in the fallopian tubes. This takes about half an hour. Of course, Guy's been long asleep by then.
Okay. It's true.
You guys do the work. I'm going to take a nap. Oh. Nail growth is 2 to 4 millimeters a month. And what's that equivalent to in inches, Scott?
Not much.
Yeah, no idea. This is a faster rate than 60 years ago due to a diet rich in protein and nutrients today. Guess which finger has the fastest growing nail, Scott?
I hope it's the middle one.
It is the middle finger. Your pinky finger has the slowest. Yep. So when I show you my fingernail growth, it's just for medical purposes, Scott. Yeah. Look how fast my nail's growing. Look at it.
Let's do some time lapse.
Yeah. Liquid goes from the gut to the bloodstream to the kidneys to the bladder in about an hour. Coffee stimulates the bladder, making you go more frequently, and alcohol is a diuretic, causing you to go more often.
That all makes so much sense to me.
It really does.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chuck.
You're welcome.
All right. How about we wrap up our bits and breaks? Let's see. Did I save it? Oh, I think I closed. You know what? I was so excited. Let's see.
You were so excited to do something, you closed it?
Oh, all right. Because I had what Scott thinks about in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
That's the perfect sound effects for a shower with Scott.
What a car horn.
All right. All guns are shotguns. All guns are shotguns after you shoot them.
That's true. Otherwise, they're shoot guns,
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yep. That's right. Chuck, going along with what you said earlier about taking a break for friends, if 99% of people on Earth dislike you, 75 million people still like you.
Aw.
Yeah.
So popular.
If someone keeps attempting to break world records and keeps failing, can he or she apply for the most failed attempts world record?
Ooh, I bet you they can.
Say yes.
Yes. There's new records set every day.
Yeah. All right. You become an adult when you walk into Home Depot and get the same tingly feeling you used to get when you walked into Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I get that way when I see mowers. I want to do mowers so bad.
I love the smell.
Right. This is a good one for the ladies. Your reflection in the mirror, always younger than you. Sure, it's only a split second, but it's still younger.
How are you ever going to know what you actually look like right now?
Alarm snoozes in the morning go by like seconds, while the last half hour of your job feels like hours.
Yep.
All right. Some science-y ones, maybe. All right. First, they say outer space is empty, but it literally contains everything there is.
Everything.
Everything.
Except the little speck of dust that we live on.
Chuck, have you ever been to the bottom of the ocean?
Only a few times, Scott.
Only a few times? And how's that?
Through osmosis or something. I don't know.
Oh, really? Have you ever been to the ocean bottom? Have you ever went
diving? I have not. No.
You have not. All right.
I was lying,
I've been
Scott.
to the bottom of the ocean probably 100 times, because when you stand in the water at the beach, you're technically at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. And I tried to save the best for last, but not so much. Smart aliens would start their invasion of Earth on April 1st. It's true.
That would be genius.
All right.
That would require a deep understanding of our culture.
It would.
Which we don't even understand.
All right, Chuck, take us in. Sorry. I'm having a lot of dropout today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which we don't even understand our own culture. So how can an alien?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
April 1st, though, I like that. Nobody believed it was actually happening.
That was the date we were about to buy a house before we moved here, and our real estate agent called us and said the sellers aren't going to sign the paperwork on Monday. This was the Saturday, April 1st. And I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Very funny. April Fools and all that. Nope. Took her about an hour to convince. Yeah, it took me about an hour for her to convince me it was not, in fact, an April Fool's joke.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. No, it was serious. They didn't sign the paperwork.
Oh, that's horrible. All right, so I was going to do applause, but I guess I do this. All right, not a lot going on for this weekend on the community calendar, but we do have our awesome farmers market today. That's going to run from 11 to 3:30. And Chuck, what are some of the other things coming up?
Well, there's a free pickleball at the golf course from 9 to 11:30 at the golf course. That Chamber of Commerce meeting is going on now, but it's over in 10 minutes, so you'd better hurry. There's the Taste of Chihuahua tickets are now for sale. They're available at Acres Drug, Valley Drug, or online at the ChihuahuaArtsGuild.org website. The Disney's Finding Nemo Jr., the classes for Stage Time Theater, are open now for enrollment. The classes start September 13th, and those are available at the goodness gracious, the Chihuahua Center for the Arts.com.
All right. Thank you very much, Chuck. Moving on to a few news headlines then today. First one, more disturbing algae blooms in California. They've had washing up sea lions. Of course, they're all dead. Seals and dolphins washing up and along the Southern California coast. Pretty sad.
Oh, that is sad.
I know. All right. Georgia Republicans passed a law where they can remove prosecutors and are intending to aim that brand new law at Fani Willis to help Trump. That's kind of a scary development.
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's see. ISS, International Space Station, yesterday. This would be scary if you were on the space station. Just imagine that. So yesterday, they had to fire the engines on the space station to dodge a piece of space debris that was going to crash into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weren't we just talking about that?
Yes, we were just talking about that yesterday, I think, space debris.
So much clutter.
All right. Every week it's a new Yellowstone tourist, and this one today facing federal charges after burning himself in one of the thermal pools. So, insult to injury.
When are people going to learn?
And if the Pacific Coast is worried, they've just done some tests, and the discharge from the Japan nuclear plant Fukushima, water has been tested, and they say it's safe.
Oh, sure it is.
Drink up. The world's about to end.
Yeah, right? This will just make it go a little faster.
Just a tiny bit. All right. Doing a time check coming up on 11 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and jump into... yes, sorry, my time. East Coast time, which is 8 o'clock your time. And we're going to go ahead and jump into trivia. Thanks for catching that. Chuck!
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, a little test for you, Chuck, this morning as we move into trivia. This is more likely to occur on May 16th than any other day of the year. It's a weather phenomena. What is it?
Oh, El Nino.
No.
That's a seasonal thing. A weather phenomenon that's more likely to occur today than any other day of the year. Is it a tornado?
May 16th.
May 16th.
Than any other day of the year.
May 16th.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know how they arrived at that for this weather phenomenon, but apparently more of them happen on that day than any other.
Is it the Northern Lights?
It is not. And I would call... would you call the Northern Lights a weather phenomenon?
It's an atmospheric phenomenon, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll walk that line.
Yeah. Gosh, something that happened that time of the year.
It seems way early for this too.
A heat wave.
Looking for tornado.
Tornado. Wasn't that the first thing I said?
Sorry.
Yeah, you're getting some audio dropout. I think I said that first thing.
You think you said tornado first thing?
Yeah, didn't I, or did I say hurricane? I don't know.
I didn't hear you say either one of them. So.
Oh, okay.
So you want your points back?
No, you can keep it.
Victory! 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 Victory!
Give it to me later.
All right. In North Korea, women have only 18 options for this.
18 options for this. Pieces of clothing.
No, sir.
I mean, in North Korea, 18 seems like a lot of options for anything.
It does.
18 options. Years to live. Yeah. Yikes, that was bad. That was bad.
That was bad, Chuck.
I'm sorry. Schools to attend?
This is something for their something for their body.
Hairstyles.
There you go.
Is it hairstyles? Wow.
They're in my hair! Oh, God! Help me!
I see. There is nothing in your hair.
Exactly. I was merely running a drill.
Men have 10 hairstyle choices.
Wow. That's crazy.
Imagine controlling your population like that. And apparently everybody chooses a Kim Jong-un's hairstyle, which is not a good look.
Right.
All right. Pop quiz for Chuck.
Okay.
Half the population claims to suffer from nemophobia. Is it the fear of being without a mobile phone, the fear of green foods, or the fear of doorknobs?
Neither. That is the fear of
Nemophobia.
animated Disney movies.
That's not an option, Chuck.
Okay. Sorry, what were my three options again? It was, say them again.
Fear of being without your phone,
Okay.
fear of green foods, fear of doorknobs.
I'm going to say fear of being without your phone.
And you would be exactly right. Women say they're more likely to experience this anxiety than men. There you go.
Are you ever walking around and suddenly realize you don't have your phone, and then there's that little moment of panic, like, oh, where's my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around.
I hate that.
All right. A few more trivia questions, Chuck. I'm having a hard time getting to them, though. Bear with me. Here we go. Prior to 1953, what type of product was advertised with the slogan, "Just what the doctor ordered"?
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Bonus points if you can tell me what brand used that slogan.
Camel.
L&M.
L&M. Never heard of it.
According to a survey, 48% of adults say they feel a sense of freedom when doing this.
Riding a bike.
I would have guessed that one too. You're close, but that's not it.
In a boat.
No, sir.
On a swing set.
Okay, that just seems funny to me. Sorry.
No. You don't still feel that when you get on a swing? Do you still swing,
Never.
Scott? Yeah. Wow. It's like I don't even know you.
I know. Well, when I said on a swing, the first thing that comes into my head, even when I was a child, is this hurts my butt.
Oh, a sense of freedom. Is it just being on a walk?
No, driving your car.
Driving your car. I guess it depends on where you are. Like if you're driving through the middle of a busy city, that doesn't feel very free.
I don't know, but if you've got a top down or something like that, or some T-tops, it's more of a, at least a sunroof. You get that more, I think, a sense of freedom with the wind drive going through the car and that kind of stuff.
Although I hate it when you open I've had a couple cars with sunroofs, and I could never use them because you open that sunroof and the car goes whoa, 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 whoa. You know, you ever get that?
Only in a Durango, which is what you drive, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, they're really bad about. It's especially if you open the back windows, it's called helicoptering because that's almost what it sounds like.
Yeah. We had a Volkswagen Bug with a sunroof once, and we thought, oh, this is the coolest thing, and we tried using it, and it just whoa, it like pounds your head. Yeah, it's terrible.
According to let's see, that's the wrong one. Average one of these is 57 inches long, and you'd find it in a bar.
Oh, one of those drink catcher things that you put your glass on. No, probably not.
No.
15 inches long, and you'd find it in a bar.
57.
57 inches. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Find
it in a bar.
You'd find it in a bar. I'm going to feel stupid when I get this wrong.
You are. Think of a long thing you might find in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need a good hint, Chuck?
I do. I'd need a hint.
All right. It'd be the first thing I grab in a fight.
A baseball bat?
In a bar?
Yeah, the peacekeeper that people keep mounted under the bar. Yeah, I know.
No. I need to be able to grab this. It's got to be handy.
Oh,
average length 57 inches.
A bar stool.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
Oh, man. Pool cue.
A pool cue. Oh.
Pool cue. That was too easy.
I was thinking about sitting at the bar.
You hate it when I put you on the spot, don't you?
I know.
I'm sorry, Chuck. All right.
I guess you go to a classier bars. Mine don't have pool tables and stuff.
Oh, yeah, classier.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Let's see. During toasting, hot air in the oven causes the kernels to... hold on. All right, hold on. I'm a little confused. Okay. During toasting, hot air in the oven causes the kernels to expand to several times their original size. As they swell, air pockets are formed. When milk is poured on them, the structure breaks down and causes a noise to occur. What am I talking about?
Popcorn?
No.
Puffed rice.
I'll take that as Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies, yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to say the brand name.
Sorry, we're talking at the same time.
I wasn't trying to say the brand name, though.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Good job. All right. Every minute, 40 people are sent to the hospital for this. All right. Every minute, 40 people go to the hospital for this. You have a good chance of this happening to you because of something you own.
Or
something you have.
Dog bites.
Dog bites. Look at that. That was fast. You ever been bitten by one of your own dogs?
Not aggressively, playfully.
Playfully.
Or sometimes grabbing a treat too aggressively out of your hand and they nip your fingers. That's the worst. That's not the worst. There's worse. But.
All right. Wrap it up here with answer wrong and win, Chuck. Okay. How many hands does a clock have?
Orange.
In what way is a baked potato cooked?
Sent into space.
Name a planet with rings around it.
My toilet.
And how often does Halloween come around?
Every day for 30 days in October. Oh wait, no, that's a true story.
That'd be awesome.
People refer to like Thanksgiving through Christmas as the holidays. Why can't all of October be Halloween and celebrate every day?
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
it's fun. All right.
There's a thing going around. People are calling it spooky season, and just God, I just hate that. Don't call it. Make it sound cool, not spooky season. Yeah,
spooky season. All right. When we come back, we'll have news nuggets, today's odd news, birthdays, and more. But you got to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Let them eat static.
These people are nuts!
Shut up, Wesley.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah Valley, Deer Park.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, August the 25th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. The start of a new school year can bring added stress to families, especially those experiencing poverty.
Community action agencies provide access to a number of relief programs. Jeannie Kraft of the Community Action Program for the Bismarck region reminds families in need of their Backpacks for Kids initiative, where students who qualify are given bags of food to get them through the weekends and holidays during the school year.
It was the idea that kids were not having enough food over the weekends, coming to school on Monday starving and wanting to eat. So the backpack program is actually food items, kid-friendly, something they can make.
This program serves more than 2,000 kids in a 10-county region. Those eligible are identified by school counselors who then request more donations. Meanwhile, offices around the state help with things like rent and utility bills, and if a family qualifies, they can contact their local action agency to apply. I'm Mike Moen.
And from CNN, former President Donald Trump has completed the booking process and been released on bond. Trump agreed to a $200,000 bond and other release conditions, including not using social media to intimidate co-defendants or witnesses in the case. CNN notes the former president covered the cost of the bond by putting 10% toward it, working with a local Atlanta bonding company. Fulton County marks the first case where Trump has been required to pay a cash bail. His odds of being released without a cash bail were slim in Georgia. He already faces 3 other felony indictments. And experts say the consumer interest and sales of electric vehicles in states like Arizona and across the country are not slowing down.
Arizona is among the top 10 states for EV auto registrations. Year to date, EV sales are up over 50% year over year, which senior policy analyst at Consumer Reports, Chris Hardo, says is impressive considering how much fuel prices have come down. But in Arizona, the average gas price is currently $4.25 per gallon, about 40 cents more than the national average, which may entice Arizona drivers to make the switch. Hardo says interest rates might also turn out to be a factor in sales.
Interest rates have gone up quite a bit, and I think that's going to have an effect on the whole vehicle market, regardless of vehicle type. We're not quite seeing a slowdown quite yet.
Hardo says affordability is top of mind for many people shopping for an electric vehicle. Consumer Reports found 70% of EV sales so far this year have been from just 9 models, all of which start under $45,000 when incentives are factored in. For Public News Service, I'm Alex Gonzalez.
This is Public News Service. Public health advocates are working to ensure Medicaid recipients in the state of Maine continue to have health care coverage now that pandemic area policies have ended.
Extended coverage for children and families began to unwind in spring, requiring people with MaineCare to update their contact information with the state to ensure they retain that coverage or move to a plan through the federal marketplace. Ann Willison, Executive Director of Consumers for Affordable Health Care, advises people to be on the lookout for blue envelopes in the mail.
Hopefully that will stand out to them and they can look it over, update any information that might be missing or that has changed and send it back to the department right away.
Willison says MyMaineConnection.gov is another way to update account information and determine MaineCare eligibility. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
A Gaston County family is demanding fair treatment as teenage twin brothers face attempted first-degree murder charges in adult court.
Blagrove asserts that LaDainian Fuller acted out of fear to protect his brother, placing an officer in a headlock. She says the officer sustained minor injuries and no medical attention was required. The boys, who were 15 at the time and have developmental delays, both now face adult criminal charges, which the family claims are racially motivated.
If these were white children riding their bike, trying to get home, the situation would have been handled very differently. I really believe that because these are Black boys, this district attorney is using this situation to try to appear tough on crime in a way that is having an absolutely absurd result.
Blagrove adds the charges for one of the twins were originally dropped but then reinstated mid-August. While District Attorney Travis Page has not commented publicly, Emancipate NC is asking that the case be dismissed or at least be returned to juvenile court.
The next court date scheduled for August the 31st at the Gaston County Courthouse. Finally, it has been a year since President Biden signed the $770 billion Inflation Reduction Act. Mark Brand lets us know in Montana that has meant new jobs in agriculture, investments in solar power, and even caps on prescription drug costs.
The bill was designed to create clean energy jobs, reduce pollution, and encourage businesses to move away from fossil fuel consumption. It has also provided new funding for agriculture conservation programs, bolstering soil health and water quality on Montana farms and ranches. But McKenna Sellers, who heads the Montana Renewable Energy Association, says the investments are having a trickle-down effect.
Now residential and small businesses can get 30% off the cost of their rooftop solar, batteries, or geothermal system.
This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service. Here's on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
It's 8:10.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chewila Flooring.
Chewila Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewila. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewila, 102.7 FM.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Back with Scott and Chuck here after our break. Did you have a good break?
All right, finally ready for Friday.
Yes.
All right. You can always kick off this segment with a look at birthdays. Go on all the way through the weekend and Monday. Do you have those ready for us, Chuck?
I do. Local birthdays. We're doing local birthdays, not celebrity birthdays. Correct.
Oh, correct.
Right?
Did I say celebrity?
I don't know. Did you?
I think so. I can tell it's Friday.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure everything out. So on our local calendar today, we have Michael R. Smith with a birthday. Looks like it's kind of dark in here. Eric and Misty Ross have a birthday, or have an anniversary. Apologies. Then on Saturday is Barb Prosek's birthday. And get this is a big one. Paul and Jessica Setti's wedding anniversary is tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So happy anniversary, guys. Probably a strange one this year, I would imagine.
I hope they can take a break and relax a little because it's got to be hugely stressful what they're going through.
I don't know what they would like, but I would imagine leave them alone tomorrow.
Yay! All right.
Don't send them a message and leave them alone.
Yeah.
There's nobody for anything on our calendar for Sunday. And then Monday we have Kiona Ross Dukas with a birthday. Tammy Haslam with a birthday. Then Brett and Corey Berea and Brad and Tammy Haslam have anniversaries. So
all right,
Tammy,
there you go.
Tammy got married on her birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
All right.
cool.
You know him, you love him, you see him around town, point and laugh. Tell him we were talking about him on the radio. For today, to go along with our birthdays, Gene Simmons of KISS turning 74. Singer Elvis Costello, 69. Director Tim Burton, all those freaky looking movies, 65. Are you a fan of the Tim Burton movies?
I love Tim Burton. I love his movies.
Billy Ray Cyrus, 62. It's funny how much more his daughter, I guess, is successful in music than he was.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Blair Underwood, 59. TV chef Rachel Ray, 55. Model Claudia Schiffer, 53. Alexander Skarsgård, The Northman and Big Little Lies, 47. Rachel Bilson from The Heart of Dixie and the OC, 42. And Blake Lively, A Simple Favor in The Shallows, also is 36. There you go. Mm-hmm. Moving on to a little bit of history for today. It's Chuck Ritchie.
Well, in 1718, hundreds of French colonists they arrived in Louisiana, with some of them settling in present-day New Orleans. Cool. Okay. In 1875, Captain Matthew Webb became the first person to swim across the English Channel, traveling from Dover, England to Calais, France. To a place in France in 22 hours. Calais, thank you. I'm not good. My French is my French is a little dusty.
That's what your wife said.
Yeah, right? Oh. We'll see you next week,
Work on
folks.
your kissing.
In 1916, the National Park Service was established within the Department of the Interior.
Okay.
1975, the album Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen was released. Okay. In 2004, a man was charged with robbing a Butler, Wisconsin bank. Butler, Wisconsin. Oh, I thought that was the guy's name, but that's the name of the town is Butler, Wisconsin. The bank across from the police department. He told investigators he wanted to impress a woman with the stolen money. Instead, he said he spent most of it at a casino. And this next one, wow. A Polish man who had a cancerous tongue removed had a new one made using tissue taken from his buttocks.
Huh. That sounds like a joke.
It really does. It gives new meaning to the word potty mouth.
Look at you.
In 2008, a newborn baby was abandoned outdoors by her 14-year-old mother during the Argentina winter, but was found safe after being kept alive and warm by a mother dog and her brood of puppies. Wow.
Aww.
A farmer found the naked baby lying amongst his dog's China's puppies. His dog China. I would, I wish, I mean, it's a horrible story, but at the same time, you imagine growing up with that story. I was raised by puppies in the wild.
What's wrong with you? Were you raised by dogs?
Yes. Yes, yeah. I was. In 2017, Donald Trump pardoned Joe Arpaio, who had been convicted of contempt of court for racial profiling. Say it ain't so. In 2019, Double Dave, a rare two-headed timber rattlesnake, was found in Pine Barrens Forest in New Jersey. I love that they gave him a name, Double Dave. In 2002, California voted to approve rules that would ban the sale of new gasoline cars by 2035.
Wow. I wonder if they're going to back up on that. They're having a hard time selling them from all the stories. Like, people don't want them. Can you believe that?
Yeah. I think, we're getting there with the technology. I think we still have a few years to go, but it's getting there.
One of the big arguments, when this all first started after, the clean new energy deal came down, was people talking about the batteries and the worst kind of we're going to have a worse kind of a pollution than we were getting with what's coming out of the tailpipe. Mm-hmm. And I kept saying to one of my friends that, necessity is the mother of invention and we'll figure it out as we go along. And within just the past couple months, doing all the reading of news stories that I do for the show, I have come across probably at least 5 new battery innovations. One released yesterday is a new battery called the Aqueous battery that runs on salt water.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those changes are coming. They say this new saltwater battery will put out more power. And here's the catch. You will be able to fully charge a saltwater battery in 3 minutes.
Wow.
3 minutes. So compared to hours to charge.
Lithium.
It's one of them. I had a child that was going to look for a new car, and I said, whatever you do, and this is kind of sad, in the same way, but because the technology was there, I said, if it was me, whatever I did is I would not buy an electric car this first year because things are going to change rapidly in that. And you're going to be stuck with a Tesla that 5 years from now it needs a new battery and you got to cough up 20 grand. But maybe this technology that's coming out will be replaceable. They'll have some aftermarket versions for popular electric cars and it'll be okay. I would just be scared of it. So I understand people's reluctance to get into the electric cars, but I guarantee you it's going to get better. It already is. So,
well,
there you go.
Not to mention, as opposed to gasoline, those a lot of those batteries are replenishable. They're recyclable, and they can be refurbished and used again.
Yeah.
So,
all right, special events for today at least. You get punched in the mouth if you go up and say this to somebody. Only 4 months till Christmas. You can tell they're already making room at Walmart.
I know, right?
All right, Forgive Your Foe Friday.
Nope.
I'm gonna struggle with that one. I'm really gonna struggle, and I don't think they deserve it.
But everybody loves you. You don't have any foes, Scott.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, Kiss and Makeup Day. You could do both of them, I guess. You could go forgive your foe and give them a kiss. Might start things over again, though. Banana Split Day. You can also work that in and maybe share it. All right. Secondhand Wardrobe Day, which is most of my wardrobe.
Right.
And Whiskey Sour Day. I'll just take the sour.
I'll just take the whiskey.
It's going to work out. We can share.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's move along to birthdays for Saturday. Any good ones in there, Chuck?
Yeah. So brand leader Branford Marsalis, he's 63. Melissa McCarthy's 53 as well. I love her. She's funny. Macaulay Culkin. We all know and love Macaulay Culkin. He's 43 years old. Yeah, I think he's doing pretty well, though. I know for a while he was having some issues, but I think he's doing better. Chris Pine from Wonder Woman and Star Trek is 43. Comedian John Mulaney from SNL, he's 41. Dylan O'Brien, the new Teen Wolf guy, he's 32. And Keke Palmer, she's really funny from Nope and the show Scream Queens, is 30.
Wait a minute.
What?
There's a 32-year-old guy playing a Teen Wolf?
Yep. Well, I don't know if he's the actual Teen Wolf guy, but he's from the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Chris Pine, too, trying to find things to watch without new movies coming out on TV. I found him doing a version of Jack Ryan in a movie. I think it was on Netflix or Paramount.
Really?
And it was actually pretty good.
Oh. Yeah. Well, everything is Chris Pine now.
Yeah. It happened today. We call it History for Saturday. Mother Teresa was born in 1910 in Macedonia. 1939, Major League. Do you notice how I skipped all those towns?
That's her. That's the first three are her name. You want to try to pronounce that?
Okay. Agnes Ginokcha Yeah, I can't. I couldn't even try.
Yeah.
Can't even try that. Bojaxhiu. I believe most of the letters in that name are silent. All right. Major League Baseball, 1939, televised for the first time in an experimental station, W2XBS, broadcast a doubleheader between Cincinnati Reds and Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. All right. Jump up to 61, as in 1961, International Hockey Hall of Fame opened in Toronto. 1974, aviation pioneer Charles Lindbergh died at the age of 72. I always get him confused with Longway Feldman from Gilligan's Island. It's true. All right. 2003, investigators concluded NASA's overconfident management and inattention to safety doomed the Space Shuttle Columbia as much as damage to the craft did. That's kind of rough.
Wow.
All right. Usually we find a fun one in here. A man who robbed a Jersey bank in 2006 made one small mistake that cost him most of his profits. He forgot to bring a bag to put the money in. He demanded money from the tellers after he entered the bank. He then jumped over the teller's counter and emptied $1,385 in cash. He ran away from the scene of the crime. He ended up dropping $1,195, or about 86% of what he'd taken. So he got a couple $100 almost.
He kept $190, Scott.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. All right. 2009, narrowest house in New York City, only 9.5 feet across. Went up for sale with the asking price of just $2.75 million.
I'll take two.
All right. 2017, Donald Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. Remember, this is the first troubling thing that came out. One of the first. Pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2018, Danny Boyle pulled out of directing the James Bond film No Time to Die due to creative differences. And in 2020, the Milwaukee Bucks forfeited their NBA playoff game after the shooting of Jacob Blake, leading to the NBA postponing more games. Into Saturday's special events with Chuck Ritchie.
There's some good ones for tomorrow.
There is.
Yeah, it's Play Music on the Porch Day. I like that one. I guess if you're not musically talented, you could just play your radio, right? You can play KCHW on your porch. Yeah. It's a Make Your Own Luck Day. Musical Yoga Day. That sounds fun. Ooh, Cherry Popsicle Day. My favorite day of the year, Dog Day.
All right.
It's better than Halloween. No, it's not really. Halloween's better. Women Equality Day.
That's my favorite day, Chuck.
Yeah. And then the last one comes with the description. It is Toilet Paper Day. Not to be confused with Toilet Paper Appreciation Day. So in 1890, toilet paper on a dispensing roll was patented by founders of what's known today as Scott brand of paper products. The toilet paper itself dates back about 1,500 years to China. You're feeling very excited about this over there, Scott.
Woo, Scott's toilet paper.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's all mine.
Wow. So yeah, it dates back to about 1,500 years ago in China, but didn't develop until the mid-19th century. Some perforated and medicated versions were also available in America before the Scott product, but weren't successful. Medicated.
I told somebody about this the other day. I bought, I think it was Marion, I bought during the pandemic, we were running low on toilet paper, so I was over at the grocery outlet in Colville, and I picked up a sack of Mexican toilet paper, and I couldn't read anything on it, so I didn't think anything about it. And when I got it, I was headed up to my place in Kettle, and when I got up to the camp and I opened that bag of toilet paper, it was so perfumed that I immediately had an asthma attack. And there was no way I was going to put that, anywhere on my body.
Right.
So, and it was the beginning of the summer, and I threw it outside of the RV, just in the grass underneath the RV. And at the end of the summer, when I picked it up to throw it in the trash, there was not a single bug or mouse, and the package of toilet paper was up. No creatures whatsoever got into that paper, which really surprised me. It must have been incredibly toxic. I'm glad I didn't use it.
And that was around your RV?
Yes.
So you could have just wrapped it around your RV and none of the bugs would get in.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I thought about that. I need some of this for like bug deterrent. Yeah.
Mummify your RV in heavily scented toilet paper.
All right, for Sunday, our birthdays include Paul Rubens, who just passed away, better known as Pee Wee Herman. He would have been 71 on Sunday. Fashion designer Tom Ford, 62. A dog trainer, Cesar Millan, 54. Chandra Wilson from Grey's Anatomy, 54. Sarah Clark, or is it Chalky?
I don't know. Chalky,
47. Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, 44. Patrick Adams from Suits, 42. Amanda Fuller from Last Man Standing, 39. Alexa Penavega from Spy Kids, 35. And Anna Greenblatt from the Barbie movie, just 16. On to history for Sunday. Chuck Ritchie.
Yep. In 2003, Mars made its closest approach to the Earth in nearly 60,000 years, passing approximately 34,646,416 miles from Earth.
Wow.
Yeah. That's close.
You get an applause just for being able to read that number.
I know. I saw it coming up, and I took a breath, and I went for it, Scott. In 2003, a planned mass escape from an Argentine jail backfired when a fat prisoner got stuck in a 12-inch hole they'd cut. After 5 inmates had escaped, Roque Vivas got his 224-pound body stuck in the hole in the ceiling, and 24 prisoners waiting behind him had to call the guards to get him out. Wait.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
224 pounds, and they're the ones calling him like, oh, what a fatty. Come on. 224 pounds. I guess if he was, I guess if he was like 5'4", maybe. Yeah. But, yeah. Then in 2005, a 400. This is more like it. In 2005, a 420-pound Idaho man was charged with felony robbery, accused of stealing beer from the same local store he stole from in January. Levi Timbana was accused of walking into the Cowboy Oil store and taking a swing at a clerk who refused to sell him beer after hours. Prosecutors say the clerk held Timbana at bay with a metal pipe until police arrived. Timbana's companion allegedly fled with 2 cases of beer. Police said that Timbana punched a different clerk at the store during January beer heist and spent 43 days in jail in that case.
Wow. He's a punchy individual.
He is. My next guess earlier for what to grab at a bar would have been a metal pipe before a pool cue. Yeah.
Pool cue.
I guess we go to different types of bars.
If you had been watching, Marion was helping you out. She had all the answers today.
I saw that. In 2012, the first interplanetary human voice recording was broadcast from the Mars rover Curiosity. Interesting. 2017, former 5-weight world boxing champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeated MMA fighter Conor McGregor in his debut match in the 10th round in Las Vegas. In 2019, race car driver Jesse Combs died while setting new fastest women's speed land record at 522.783 miles per hour in the Alford Desert in Oregon.
Huh.
Did she crash?
That's like really sad. She broke it for women, but passed away at the same time. That's horrible.
Did she crash, or was it like the G-forces?
I don't remember, but it must have been, right?
Wow. The last one in 2022, a mint condition Mickey Mantle baseball card sold for $12.6 million, blasting into the record books as the most ever paid for sports memorabilia.
All right. Moving on to special events for Sunday. It's Just Because Day, Kiss Me Day. That could get you in some trouble. Banana Lovers Day. Petroleum Day. Oh, Tarzan Day. Wow.
Oh, was that loud?
Yeah, that hurt.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
But that was a very good Tarzan.
Yeah, thank you. I probably should have backed away from the mic a little bit first, huh?
Is that why you're in a loincloth?
Probably. No, I just like the way it feels.
Well, we won't be playing this thing. Rock, paper, scissors day. All right. And sacrifice our wants for others' needs Sunday. There you go.
There we go.
I think parents do that a lot, probably. Number of the day, Chuck?
48. That is the percentage of homes sold in the U.S. in 2022 that had at least 4 bedrooms.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Fancy.
Yeah.
That's the fancy people. On to news and nuggets. It's Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte time. Last year, when Starbucks brought back its fall menu, foot traffic jumped 25%. And when Dunkin' Donuts rolled out its fall pumpkin spice menu last August, foot traffic jumped 10%. All right, wow. 2005 Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte sold for $3.35 in 2005, whereas today you won't get it for less than $5.75. More than $2 more. Almost $2.50 more. That's crazy. Do they have any Dunkin' Donuts in Spokane?
I don't know.
They hadn't made it there yet when I left. A lot of companies that are nationwide will stop at the Rocky Mountains because they don't want to spend the gas to get over it.
Yeah.
That's why it took a long time for Cracker Barrel, I think it was Red Lobster and stuff to migrate into the Spokane area.
Oh, okay. I thought Red Lobster originated in the West Coast, Scott.
I might have that restaurant done. I know that was the why. Not Old Country. It's the one Cracker Barrel. That's what I was thinking of. All right, Lego. Chuck, tell us about Lego.
Yeah, so the little round-headed, claw-handed Lego minifig in the Lego world is 45 years young today.
Wow.
Born same year as me, since 1978, when Lego people were first manufactured. Since then, they have become a pop culture icon and are described by Lego as being the world's largest population. That first Lego minifigure with movable arms and legs was a policeman, released in 1978.
All right.
Outstanding.
Nat Reed of Los Angeles likes trains. When looking at a map of all of Amtrak's routes, Reed realized he had ridden most of its 21,000 or so miles. He marked the ones he hadn't been on and got to work. Last month, the 84-year-old finished riding his last mile in Brunswick, Maine. There is nowhere else that Amtrak goes that he hasn't traveled. After he finished his ride in Maine, he took Amtrak trains back to L.A. That's a long trip.
I guess everyone's got to have a hobby.
Yeah.
Trains are fun, though. I like being on a train. In Michigan, a cat named Cygnus has set the world's Guinness record for having the longest tail on a domestic cat. His tail measures just over 17.5 inches long. The previous record for the longest tail for a domestic cat was 16.3 inches, held by a cat named Stewie.
It's kind of scary to think that there's people out there like interbreeding cats trying to get them with longer tails.
Yeah.
Of course, I was during the break trying to rig up my extra microphone, but my cord wasn't long enough because Mooch was snoring loudly.
Oh.
And I thought I'd put it on the radio.
That'd be fun.
Let's see. Researchers using computer simulation to determine the optimal conditions for a human settlement on Mars. A team at George Mason University focused on both the number of colonizers and their personality types, arriving at the answer that it would take just 22 people to establish a colony on the red planet. I think they're going to need more genetic material than 22.
Yeah, that's a pretty small colony to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to this, they're calling it New Arkansas. Sorry.
I believe that's pronounced Ohio.
Ohio. According to the simulations, which span up to 28 Earth years, an initial group of 22 is the minimum required to establish a sustainable colony on Mars, a.k.a. New Arkansas. The study delves into more than just logical concerns. It specifically evaluates how different personality traits would fare in such a challenging environment. In their study, researchers concluded that agreeable personality types were the most enduring in the long term, while neurotics showed the least capacity for adaptation.
Who you're saying I can't adapt?
That's right.
I'll adapt all day. So Meta is finally launching a work app for Threads. You'll be able to post, interact with other posts, and look at your feed. And as of Thursday, the web version is live for everyone. That's today.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that's today.
This is something else we don't need.
Yeah, right?
It's true. North Carolina man went for a walk during a break from work and ended up winning $100,000. Nicholas Neal of Charlotte said he stopped into a 7-Eleven while taking a break from his work to loosen up his legs. Neal ended up buying a $1 quick pick and won $100,000. I wish I could do that every day.
Wow. You know, there was one time I got one of those dollar tickets, you know, and I everything I scratched off was a winner. I won. I remember it because it was $77, and then I went on the way home from work that day. That was during my lunch break. On the way home, across town, different gas station, got the same ticket, same exact numbers, same exact scenario, same exact win.
Wow,
Odds
that's
were
kind of
astronomical. Yeah.
So they're printing the winners in succession.
Apparently, it was
the small winners.
Right. Well, it was a different gas station all the way across town, so it was like completely different pool of tickets. Crazy.
All right. Why don't you skip the next story and go right on to the Washington lottery guy?
All right. So North Carolina man went for a walk during a break from... Did we just do this one? No.
That's the one I did. Skip the next story and do the Washington lottery. That's a little funner.
Thank you. A Washington man won $717,000 playing the lottery, and it happened shortly after he saved a trapped kitten. A postal worker, Joseph Waldher, got to his workplace as usual and heard a tiny meowing sound. He looked up, down, left, right, but couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Then the following day, on July 31st, he returned to work to hear the sound again. Mustering up his newfound determination, he found the kitten, carefully pulled it out of the tight space it was stuck in, safely tucked the kitten inside his sweatshirt pocket while it dozed off in a warm, cozy slumber for the remainder of his shift. Deciding that luck was on his side, perhaps feeling uplifted after the heartwarming rescue, he stopped on his way home from work to buy a lottery ticket. He scanned the ticket with his wife, and the words "See Lottery Office" popped up on the screen. Yeah, that's always a good one to see, right? Mm-hmm. And it appeared every time the pair scanned the ticket. Their ticket split an advertised $1.435 million jackpot to win a $717,000 prize before taxes. Wow.
Nice.
Him and his wife attributed their lucky break to the tiny kitten he rescued on the day he bought his winning ticket. They decided to keep her and name her Peaches after the color of her peach-colored cheeks.
Oh. Oh. Right.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go find a kitten.
Do something good today. Maybe you'll get repaid.
Kitty.
After nearly 6 decades as a family-owned business, Subway has been sold to a private equity firm called Rourke Capital. The sale put Subway under the same umbrella as rival Jimmy John's. So it don't matter where you shop, they're each going to, still making the money.
Right.
Subway and Jimmy John's will now be siblings with Rourke's other restaurant investments. Get this: Arby's, Auntie Annie's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Sonic, Baskin-Robbins, Cheesecake Factory, Carl's Jr., Hardee's, Cinnabon, Jamba, McAllister's Deli, Moe's Southwest Grill, and Shalotsky's. Careful how you say that.
Shalotsky's. I've been to at least half of those in the last 48 hours.
And I'm so full. All right, let's wrap up the Friday edition of the morning show by taking you on to a journey of the absurd.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, I was scanning the news attack, and there's some good ones in here. News attack, first sentence true, second sentence bad joke. It's Chuck Ritchie to kick it off.
Yeah, so the Barbie movie is now the biggest grossing film of 2023. I think it's in line to be for all time, I think. Next year's sequel will have a sci-fi plot, though. It's called Barbie 2, The Rise of Ken Walker.
Finally, a plastic figure in Hollywood making headlines for something positive. According to a study, if a person drinks too much, exercise can help protect the brain from the damage caused by the booze. You can always tell when the guy on the stationary bike at your fitness club has had too much to drink. He's the only one using turn signals.
That one made me cough. I always imagine those, like the helmets that have the 2 cup holders with like a Coke in one and like a bottle of whiskey in the other.
Yeah.
The straw that comes down. Yeah. Riding a bike at the gym. The Subway sandwich restaurant chain has been sold to the company that owns the Jimmy John's Sandwich Company.
Really?
Ooh, I'm not sure the American is ready to order from a restaurant called Sub John.
Big deal. We still don't know what's in their tuna.
Right? But it's good.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Another study finds that no amount of alcohol is safe. They really know how to take the fun out of a parent's back-to-school celebration. Huh.
Right? Man. Woohoo! 7 a.m.
There's a teacher in the news yesterday. Did you see that? The one that showed up to first day of school drunk?
No.
Got arrested?
Jeez.
Yeah. She was a, elementary school teacher.
Man. That's bad. She got fired, right? I hope she got fired. Did she get fired?
Yeah, instantly.
Good. I hope so. According to a study, when you're forced to physically balance yourself, you make better shopping decisions. For example, shopping extremely high heels makes you want to buy a pair of flats.
All right. Another survey found that younger single men can change their bed sheets once every 3 months, but not until they begin making that annoying crunchy sound.
Yeah.
All right. Move on to Wacky But True with Chuck, and we don't add anything to these stories, but maybe a movie drop or a television drop.
Yeah, so approximately 2,100 New Jersey Power customers lost electricity for a little under 2 hours last week. The cause has been found to be a fish on the power transformer. Fish aren't really known for causing power outages, but in this case, it's thought that the one of the mini ospreys in the area is responsible for dropping the fish onto the transformer.
Are you sure?
It was a fish. Maybe it was a flying fish.
I wasn't sure, so I did this.
Flying fish! Take cover!
Vibration. boys. It has been 3 weeks since my last fish. On my honour, or may I be chopped up and made into soup.
Sit tight, fish! We will try to save you! Yeah!
That was the power, guys. We'll try to save you!
At least it was cooked already.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
All right, animal control officers in Rhode Island town are asking members of the public not to chase a pig on the loose. Burrillville, Rhode Island Animal Control said the pig has been on the loose for about a week after escaping during his first day at a new home. Facebook posts from the police say, "Please do not chase him. He'll only run further." And now, Hamilton Pig.
It's pig discrimination, I tell you.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible.
It's like my dog. Try to chase him and he just runs away more with your shoe. Yep. Every time. Then a Michigan woman was faced with an unusual situation when she looked outside her apartment building and spotted a non-native animal, which happened to be an alligator. The Romulus, Michigan Police Department said in a Facebook post that the baffled woman called police to report an alligator or crocodile wandering outside her building. Dispatchers then asked her to send a photo, and she did, showing them there was indeed an alligator outside. Officers and a professional trapper collected the alligator from the apartment complex.
Yay!
I had shortly after we moved here, there was we rescued an otter from our backyard, and we called the animal rescue, and they're like, "No, you did not find an otter in your backyard, sir." And I said, "Absolutely, I found an otter in my backyard, and that otter now resides in a zoo in, I believe, some other state. I don't remember where." As a yeah.
He was totally happy in your backyard. What'd you do, Chuck?
What do we do?
He was happy,
right?
You shipped him off to another state. You're as bad as Governor Abbott.
That's right. She was injured badly.
You had a migrating otter and you shipped him off.
Yeah.
Wow, Chuck. I think
but the funny thing was, later we were at the same vet's office, and they had gotten a report that there was an otter on the loose, and it got hit by a porcupine, so it was full of porcupine quills. And was returned to the vet clinic. It was the same otter that had escaped from the animal rescue. And just like it did with us, its very first thing after getting pegged by the whatchamacallit was to run to the first human it saw for help.
Aww.
Every time,
that's cool.
That's why they couldn't release it back in the wild, because it was very, very friendly to humans.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so back to that story. Alligator or crocodile. Police in Michigan did not believe the lady, so they sang this to her on the phone.
Given the choice between you, I'd take that. She said crocodile.
Not funny. All right, one more. Let's stay in the same vein, I should say, because we had a fish on a power line. Mm-hmm. We had an escaped pig. Now a wandering crocodile, and police in China were called about a crocodile that slipped away from a restaurant. Guess what is going to happen to him?
Wow.
Employees at their eatery called officers after discovering the 3-foot reptile had escaped from its container. No word yet on the outcome, but I do have this.
Come on. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. See you later, crocodile.
It doesn't rhyme at all.
I feel like people in some areas just eat things for the fun of it, just to say, "Hey, I ate this."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Yuck.
Wow. Oh, in Brazil, a man walked into a police station, handed over 50 grams of cocaine, and confessed to being a drug dealer. The police chief took it, but refused to arrest the man, sending him home instead. The chief then explained that his story was filled with contradictions. First, he said he was a dangerous criminal, but then he said he would rather be locked in because the streets weren't safe anymore. Then said he had to be arrested because he had been thrown out of his house and had nowhere to spend the night. Finally, he said he'd like to live in this prison because many of his friends were already here. The chief said, "I thought the whole story was very strange, realized the man was crazy, and sent him home."
Wow. Wow.
That's a whole lot of weird.
Okay. It is. I've got a live clip.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Just go home. All right. A short one, and then a commercial to go along with it. In Chile, a man who was shot while trying to stop his wife from being attacked by an armed robber says his life was saved when the bullet hit his pack of cigarettes, a diary, and a pencil in his pocket. Saved him. He has plotted his next vacation with these guys.
Excuse me, sir. Coffee, tea, chemotherapy?
No, thanks. Maybe later. Hi, I'm a smoker, and while most airlines are turning away my business, I'm glad there's a new alternative for people like me.
In the event your cigarettes go out, a plastic mask will drop down, dispensing exhaust fumes directly from our engines. Strap it around your face and inhale normally.
That's good. So listen, if you like to smoke and you gotta fly, go with the airline that's like an ashtray in the sky.
We put guitar in tarmac. We put our heart in your heart and hand. It's no joke when you're going up in smoke. When you're going Smokers Airlines.
Call your local cardiologist for details. Today.
It's awesome.
This program brought to you by Smokers Airlines. No, that should be Three Amigos Thursday. Last one here. Florida's Sarasota Classic Car Museum called police to report a burglary. A brown 1977 Porsche 930 Turbo valued at $250,000 was gone. It would have been more if it wasn't brown. Employees said the Porsche was on display inside, and someone had to physically push 7 other cars out of the way to make a path between its spot and the door to the lot. The lot's gate was found open. The detectives then found a promising lead. Daniel Boyce had registered a brown 1977 Porsche 930 Turbo days later using allegedly faked paperwork. The paperwork had a phone number on it authorizing Boyce to register it. The number connects to Boyce's cell phone. It was easy to find him. He was already in jail on an unrelated charge. The detectives got a warrant for his phone and found a photo of the car stored on it. Another photo showed the door of a storage unit. With help from another search warrant, the car was then found inside. When investigators asked him about registering a brown Porsche, he responded, "I do not recall."
I like how he was already in jail.
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy. His girlfriend showed up at the jailhouse.
Don't worry, I'll find a way to bail you out.
No, don't. I'm going to stay in prison tonight. Maybe I'll finally get some sleep.
I like it here. All right, that is our show for today. We want you to go out today, get some sun, and visit the one and only Chihuahua Farmers Market. It goes on from 11 to 3:30 today, right, Chuck?
That's right, it does. And today is not the apple pie eating contest. That is first week of September, I believe.
Okay.
Yep. And we will be there at that one, doing live broadcasting.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Chuck, for having me on your show.
Yeah. No, it's still your show, Scott.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of. All right, thanks for being here. We will be back Wednesday, taking a little vacation with my gal. So morning show returns on next Wednesday. Other than that, have a great weekend, be safe, and keep on listening to KCHW 102.7.
So crazy someplace else. We're almost stocked up here.
Yeah. Hey, wait. So, Friday?
Friday.
That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend.
Mr. Joker, please, it's Friday.
And then you can get married. Take the whole weekend off. You don't have to be back to the office until Monday.
Would it kill him to wear a tie? I mean, is every day in Iran Casual Friday?
This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.